I thought I'd share with you my luxury skincare favorites today. You guys know I tried quite a lot of products. I would much rather invest in a nice skincare product, a ritual, a habit, than trying to find a makeup product that will help to cover everything up. And to be honest, if your skin doesn't look good, your makeup is also not gonna look good, because the skin is really the foundation. It's really the canvas that we have to work with. So I'm hoping you guys can also benefit from the products I have to share with you today, and I have curated quite a lengthy list of products. And the very first brand I want to talk about and highlight, oh my god, this is very heavy, is none other than BR, Biologique Recherche. You guys know I use their products all the time. I've mentioned so many of their products on this channel, and I also get their facials on a regular basis or whenever I can. Even though BR isn't like one of those brands that you can easily find at department stores, I still consider them a luxury skincare brand because of the price point and also just the overall quality of the brand. And the very first item that I want to mention is their cleansing milk. This one I have right now is the Lait, but the one I usually use is the VIP 02. That's the one that I always get recommended every time I get their facials. That's the one that's like in the system for me. But this bottle I just had and I didn't want to go to waste, so I've been using this. I'm kind of like halfway through this. The VIP 02 one is more suited for my skin, but this one is like a purifying and rebalancing. I don't notice like a huge difference, but once I go through this, I'm gonna go back to the VIP 02. Their cleansing milk is always the #1 step when it comes to removing my makeup. The best way to use this is on a dry face. Comes out like a white cream. It's literally a cream, right? You just put it all over your face and just with gentle motions, just melt away all the makeup. And then you add a little bit of water like at a time. I usually just do this in the shower. I just make sure I don't get like splashed with water, and then with a little bit of water on my hand, I go back again. So I basically do this like 3 or 4 times. You just have to take your time with it, and this is what they usually do during their facials, and that's where I kind of like learned it from. But with everything, especially skincare, the more time you take with it, like the more gentle you are, the more beneficial it will be for your skin. You just got to be patient and diligent and consistent. You can double cleanse with this, but I've noticed that once your face is wet, it just doesn't work the same because it gets diluted. And I just feel like it does a better job if I go in with a double cleanse using a different product to remove all my makeup. So this is an amazing product to use as the very first step in your cleansing routine, and it's still my favorite in terms of cleansing balms, cleansing oils, and cleansing milks of all the ones that I've tried. And then I have 2 masks to share with you. I talk about their masks all the time, and you know this has been mentioned on this channel many times. Masque Vivant is still to this day like my favorite one. This one is just good for like overall skin. It takes care of everything, whether it's purifying, hydrating, brightening. It just takes care of it all. I love using this in a hot bath because I feel like that really helps to open up the pores, let the product sink in, and just work its magic. But it does have a very interesting taste. And taste, I mean smell. But at this point, like I kind of enjoy it. It smells like Masque Vivant to me. Like I love it. And it also has this really dark brown hue. So you do look kind of scary with this on, but I love it. And most of all, it doesn't dry out your face, which is why I'm able to do it like so many times throughout the week. And I've mentioned that one so many times, so I'm gonna move on to something that I haven't really talked about, and it is the Masque VIP 02. I think the VIP 02 line in general is very like suitable for my skin because a lot of the products that they recommend after like their facial tends to be within this line. VIP 02 just does a really good job at bringing like oxygen to the surface of your skin. So it's in a way like very hydrating, but it's a very different sensation. It's almost cooling in a way because these products are basically like bringing life back to your skin. My favorite time to use this product is after a long day of travel, when you just look rough, your skin feels rough, very dehydrated. That's when this product really shines. And it's also an anti-pollution mask. So this is really good if you've been out all day, like on the streets, like maybe downtown in a really busy, like congested city. I highly recommend using this at the end of the day. It just brightens your entire complexion. You just look so much more alive. The next one is my favorite serum, and it is the Amniotique. I am almost done with it, as you can see, and their bottles, like their packaging is very interesting. It always feels like you're in a science lab because of this. Very, very liquidy. It just feels like water on the face, and you can't layer, I think, like 3 to 5 different serums like on top of each other. This one in particular is so amazing, and it's just like an essential to have because it just takes care of like overall hydration. Similar to the VIPO2, the moment you put this on, it just feels like your skin is drinking that moisture and like the water. That's what this feels like. So this is like an absolute must. If you have to pick one serum, I would recommend this one because hydration is something that everyone needs regardless of your skin type, skin concern, and skin age. And then Biokiss. One of my all-time favorite products from the brand is their lip balm. This product I really feel like is, if you get it, you get it. I know not everyone would spend this kind of money on a lip balm, which is why I think this makes a perfect gift. But if you're willing to spend the money, you will notice a difference. To me, this is true luxury in a little jar. It is just the best lip balm. Like, there are no words to explain. You just gotta try it. And because it's so concentrated, you really need like the smallest amount. It's literally what I wish like Aquaphor was like. Aquaphor is here, and Biokiss is truly like the next step. And then another one of my all-time favorites, their hand lotion. If Biokiss is the epitome of like lip balm, this is like the ultimate hand lotion for me. You probably already know like why I love this so much. Just this brand in general, one of the biggest reasons why is because they don't use like artificial fragrance. That to me is a very like big turn off. Maybe it's kind of like an unpopular opinion, but when a skincare product, especially the ones that you use at nighttime or like early in the morning, if they have a very strong scent, it doesn't feel luxurious to me. What does feel luxurious is when I just smell the ingredients or just nothingness, and BR is exactly that. You guys are probably gonna see that same pattern because I also mention it a lot, and I also look for brands that are like that. And I mentioned that especially for hand lotions, because this is something that I need to use like multiple times throughout the day, I don't want this to have such a like distinct smell, especially when I'm out and I'm already wearing like a fragrance. I don't want my hand lotion to also have like a strong scent or like a different scent. It's just too much. So this, I love the fact that it doesn't have like any artificial fragrance. Also, those are not really good for you anyways, and the formula of this cream itself is amazing. It sinks into your skin like immediately. It dries super fast, but it's also very, very moisturizing. It's very hard to find a product that like strikes a balance between drying fast and moisturizing your hands, but they just nailed it with this one. And then the very last one from BR is their facial creams. I have 2 creams to share with you, but I only have one with me because the other one I've already used up and I don't have anymore, but that one I definitely will be repurchasing, and that is called Masque Vernix VG. That cream is amazing at protecting and repairing your skin barrier. It's so good. I love like a good thick cream, like for the nighttime especially. It almost feels like there's a filter on your face. It's kind of shiny, but you're putting it on at nighttime anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I really, really love that one. But the one I can show you today is the Creme Biofixine. I honestly didn't realize like how expensive this entire line was when I was buying this cream, but pretty much all their products last a really long time. So this is definitely a splurge, but it's not something that's gonna go away in like a month. Biofixine is, I believe, their like anti-aging line. This I really didn't want to like, but it's good. It's just a white cream, and oh my god, I love the smell of this. This literally smells like almonds, like pure almond oil. It's so nutty, but it has that like oil kind of scent, but like in a good way. When your skin looks dull, you put this on and the next day you wake up and it's like, whoa. I try not to use this every single night because I don't want my skin to like get so used to this. So I only use this maybe like a couple times a week, and especially when my skin just looks really dull, like rough, lackluster. You just wake up with really fresh, like youthful, like plump skin. It's amazing, you guys. Like, it's so, so good. The very next brand that I want to highlight is Sturm. I had their advent calendar last year, so I was able to try quite a lot of their products. I do love them because similar to BR, they don't use I believe, like for all of their products. I'm not entirely sure, but I never like experienced anything like that. Artificial fragrance. So every product has been so pleasant. And the very first product I want to talk about is their glow drops. You guys might have seen this in my vlogs or when I do my makeup, because I do love to mix this in with any of my foundations. It doesn't sheer out the product too much where you're losing like coverage. So you don't have to worry about that. It just makes the product a lot more hydrating and also adds a subtle glow. So you just look so much healthier. Basically been using this like this entire year. I love using this with the Chanel foundation, like the Healthy Glow one. And I love that this is more of a skincare product, because I know a lot of the times like the liquid highlighter or any like glow drops like this that we tend to use as a makeup, they have like those micro glitters or like those bronze drops. Those are at the end of the day like all makeup products. So I just feel a lot better like using this because I know it's actual like skincare. And then another product I didn't want to like, mainly because of the price point, is their super anti-aging night cream. First of all, their name's so simple and easy. It's like straight to the point. In case you were wondering, this is an anti-aging cream, but super anti-aging and for the nighttime. Like, it's so crystal clear. I love that. But I do have like one tiny complaint. Why do their creams always come with this foil? You guys, I can never like get rid of this foil like cleanly and perfectly. It is a struggle every time. The little foil flap that it comes with, it always breaks off. It doesn't even open anything up. So I have to like dig in, rip everything, and you can still see some stuff, right? Like, why do they do this? But the product itself is so good. In my head, the thicker the cream, the better it is. That's how I usually think, especially for the nighttime. I love a good like rich, thick cream, but this is actually not like that. It's actually a pretty lightweight cream. It's not that thick, but it just gets the job done. It's moisturizing without clogging up your pores, which is why this is actually my second one. And then the last one I have is their Enzyme cleanser. This is actually from their advent calendar from last year, and this has opened up a whole new world for me in terms of like enzyme cleansers, because now I am on the hunt for the best one. This actually leads to the battle of enzyme cleansers. I have 3 enzyme cleansers to share with you today. I tried all of these, so you guys don't have to. This was the very first one I tried. So here is my verdict. Should we just skip to the part where I say which one's like my favorite? It is this one, you guys. The Sisley one is my favorite one, even though this is like my most recent purchase. When I first tried the Sturm one, I honestly didn't have anything to like compare to. When I tried the BABOR one, I was like, wow, I love this so much better. The Sturm one doesn't really ever form into like a paste. It's very like dry and airy almost. And on the skin, I can feel the particles. So it's not necessarily like the smoothest experience, whereas the BABOR one actually melts away and it foams up into this very soft foam. So I definitely prefer the BABOR one over Sturm. And then I heard someone talk about this one, so I was like, okay, we're still on this enzyme cleanser train, so I had to give this a try. Unlike the other two, the Sisley one actually does have a scent. It's subtle, but it's there. I feel like their product is like almost like so infused with all these like nice moisturizing like serums that when you mix it with water, it becomes a very, very like thick paste. It's almost like a toothpaste. It's just so thick and creamy. And I almost always like waste too much product because you really don't need that much, but I always end up like pouring too much out. But because of that thick paste that this product is able to like become, I feel like you're wasting less product, because with these two, they're so airy that once you mix it with water, a lot of it just like kind of goes down your face. So I feel like you end up using a bit more product. That's why this combination has been my go-to recently. The next brand I want to highlight is none other than Nateur. The very first one is another white powder. It is the Holi C, which is their vitamin C powder. The Holi C has been my go-to morning serum for I think like 2.5 years now. For my nighttime routine, I tend to experiment a little bit with different serums, different creams, but in the morning, I like to use a vitamin C serum. And I know there's a ton of vitamin C serums out there like in the market, but I still feel like this really is the best one in terms of the ingredients, the effects of it, and also the price point. Although this whole thing is a little bit more expensive than a lot of like vitamin C serums out there, but at the same time there are quite a bit of like vitamin C serums out there where maybe like the full size is like about this big, is way more expensive than like one whole jar, and those don't last as long as this one because this entire jar lasts like 6 months. You literally need like the tiniest crumb, and you know you use too much when it starts to feel kind of drying on the face. So I like to use this with any type of serum. The best one to use still to this day is the Nateur's Rose Essence. That is called the Holy Water. You just get so much like bang for your buck with this one. It also does such a good job at really clearing your face and brightening. That's why even after like a couple years, this is still my default like morning routine. I really love this one and highly recommend this. Oh my gosh, and you guys, this is the travel size. I recently got this one as well, so I can finally show you guys like how teeny tiny this is. Oh my god, look how cute. It's so tiny. And then you guys got like a sneak peek, but this is my next favorite skincare item, their Holi Glow, which is their ageless eye and lip serum. I say this all the time, but this is my favorite eye cream. There is nothing like it, you guys. This is also a beautiful highlight. It literally gives you the most like stunning glow. It smells amazing, very soothing like cucumber scent. And I think one of you asked me like what my top 3, like ultimate top 3 products are from this brand, Nateur, and I said this is one of them. And it's true. I actually have a backup of this. I bought it when I bought the Holi C. I need it all year round. I just cannot live without this product. And then the next one I've also mentioned many times, and it is their Lash serum. This you can use on your brows as well. I love this gold packaging. Brush looks like this, so it has a softer tip, and then like the mascara spoolie, so you can use it all over your lash to coat them. After so much trial and error, this really is the best, hands down the best lash growth serum. It's also the healthiest one because it doesn't have that like toxic ingredient. I never get any irritation from this, and it does strengthen and make your lashes grow, so the best. And next is Holi Oil, and I've kind of rediscovered my love for this product this year because I had a really bad facial, and I personally think this is so much better than a lot of luxury face oils out there. I know I've named quite a few, but I have tried a lot of oils that are easily like double, triple the price point of this one, and this is still the best one. It's not a good feeling when like your face oil just sits on top of your skin, you know, but this really is hydrating because it sinks into your skin without being all like slippery. I love this, and oh my god, you guys, I think I finally figured it out. This is kind of like off topic, but you know the La Mer foundation that I've been using recently? I talked about this in my most recent vlog, but the trick is not to use a heavy like thick moisturizer before the foundation, and don't mix it with anything else but this. The combination of this and the La Mer foundation, chef's kiss. It is so amazing. That's what I have on today. If you're looking for a face oil, you actually need this one. And I have one SPF product to mention, and of course it had to be from Nateur. This is actually my second one, which I'm almost done with as well. I'm definitely not an expert, but I do prefer mineral sunscreens over chemical because of all the studies that are, you know, coming out more and more. But the problem with mineral sunscreens is that there is a white cast, and that is just something that is always annoying to deal with, especially if you have to like put on makeup. So I was really excited to try this one because, you know, this is again like a brand that I really trust, and it's a mineral sunscreen, and it supposedly doesn't have any white cast, which is kind of true, but if I'm being really honest and really picky, it still does give you a slight cast, especially if you put on a very thick layer like with your hands. That's why I like to use this with a beauty sponge, and as long as you blend out everything, like it should go on very smoothly with no white cast. But for a mineral sunscreen, like this is pretty impressive, and it also doesn't have that weird sunscreen smell. I'm gonna end the video with with one skincare device, and it is the Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask, the red light therapy one. This is still going strong. I love using this pretty much like anywhere, not just on my face, but also on my neck and shoulder area if I feel any like tightness. Or I told you guys when I had those like cuts on my hands, I use this to like heal and like treat it. It's because red light therapy is supposed to help with, you know, reducing inflammation, just healing everything faster. And I realized that if there's any like resistance or any barrier to using like all of these like skincare devices that I already have, then I'm not going to end up using it. And that's why there are so many skincare devices that I bought in the past that I just don't reach for, because it's just too much work. I need something that's easy, not so complicated, and this is the easiest one to use for me out of all the devices I have. So what I like to do is just literally hold it and just press one button, and that's it. Like, it's amazing. It's so easy to use. Now I really have like no excuse to not use this. And it's cordless, which is another reason why it's so easy to use and I just keep reaching for it. This is where you plug in to charge it up, but the battery actually lasts a really long time. Even though you might not notice like dramatic results from using this one time, red light therapy is just something that you have to incorporate into your skincare routine. I really believe that we will reap the benefits of this down the road. It's kind of like a long haul game. This is not some like overnight thing. So there you go. These are all my luxury skincare favorites. And honestly, I might have a type when it comes to skincare products because look at all the packaging. I really hope that was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!